Welcome back to the Turing Test Podcast, episode 62. I'm Jamie, and with me, as always, is the ever-so-enthusiastic Rachel.
Enthusiastic? More like the only one here who knows how to keep things interesting, Jamie.
Oh, please. You just like to hear yourself talk. Anyway, today we're diving into some juicy news about Apple's AI integration, or should I say, the delay of it.
Right? It's like they're teasing us with all these features and then, poof, nothing. So what's the scoop, Jamie?
Well, Apple's been rolling out this whole Apple Intelligence thing, right? They've got these amazing features lined up, like the writing tools that can proofread and summarize your texts, and priority notifications that help you sift through your emails. But now, it seems like they're hitting some bumps in the road.
Yeah. And it's not just a little hiccup. I mean, they've got this whole system that's supposed to make our lives easier, and now it's like, surprise, we're not ready yet.
Exactly. And it's not just about the features, it's about the expectations they've set. People are waiting for this stuff, and now they're left hanging.
Kind of like how you keep saying you'll finally learn to cook, but we all know that's not happening anytime soon.
Hey, I can cook, just not well. Anyway, back to Apple. They've got this partnership with OpenAI, right? So they're integrating ChatGPT 4.0 into Siri, which sounds amazing. But if they can't get the integration right, what's the point?
Right. I mean, Siri's already been a bit of a joke in the AI world. If they can't pull this off, it's just going to add to the list of, Siri, why can't you understand me moments?
Exactly. And let's not forget the whole on-device processing thing. They're banking on the A17 Pro and M series chips to handle all this AI magic. If you don't have the latest hardware, you're basically out of luck.
Yeah, it's like they're saying, hey, if you want to enjoy our fancy new toys, you better shell out for the latest gadgets.
And that's a bit frustrating, to be honest. Not everyone can afford to keep upgrading their devices every year.
True, but you know Apple. They love to keep their ecosystem exclusive. It's like a club, and if you're not in, well, tough luck.
Right? It's like the cool kids table in high school. But let's talk about the features for a second. The writing tools sound pretty cool. I mean, who wouldn't want a personal assistant to help with their writing?
Totally. I could use that. But then again, I'm not sure how much I trust AI to rewrite my stuff. What if it turns my heartfelt message into something totally robotic?
Well, maybe it'll make your messages sound less dramatic.
Hey, I'll have you know that my dramatic flair is what keeps this podcast interesting.
Fair point. But seriously, the idea of having AI summarize notifications and emails is a game changer. I mean, who has time to read through all that?
Exactly. But if they can't get it to work seamlessly, it's just going to be another feature that sounds good on paper, but fails in execution.
And that's the risk, isn't it? Apple has set the bar high, and now they have to deliver. Otherwise, they'll just be another tech company with a lot of hype and not much substance.
Yeah. And let's not forget the competition. Google and Microsoft are not sitting around twiddling their thumbs. They're pushing their AI capabilities, and if Apple falls behind, it could really hurt them.
Right. It's like a race, and Apple can't afford to lag. They need to keep up with the innovations or risk losing their edge.
And speaking of competition, have you seen what Google's been doing with their AI? It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, they've been rolling out features left and right. It's like they're on a mission to outdo everyone.
And here's Apple trying to play catch-up. It's kind of sad, really.
It is. But let's not forget that Apple has a loyal fan base. They could still pull this off if they play their cards right.
True, but loyalty only goes so far. If they keep delaying these features, even the most diehard fans might start to question their choices.
That's a good point. And it's not just about the features, it's about the overall experience. If they can't deliver a smooth, integrated experience, people will look elsewhere.
Exactly. And let's be real, if Siri can't even understand basic commands, how can we trust it to handle more complex tasks?
Right? It's like asking a toddler to do your taxes.
Exactly. So, what do you think Apple needs to do to get back on track?
Honestly, I think they need to focus on refining what they already have before rolling out new features. Get Siri to actually work properly, and then build from there.
Yeah. And maybe invest a bit more in user feedback. They need to know what people actually want instead of just guessing.
That's a solid point. Listening to users can make a huge difference.
And let's not forget about transparency. If they're facing delays, they should just be upfront about it, instead of leaving everyone in the dark.
Agreed. People appreciate honesty. It builds trust, and trust is crucial in this tech landscape.
Wow, look at you getting all philosophical on me.
Hey, I have my moments. But seriously, if Apple wants to maintain its reputation, it needs to step up its game.
Right. And let's not forget the potential of the ChatGPT integration. If they can get that right, it could really elevate the user experience.
Absolutely. Imagine being able to generate recipes or travel itineraries just by asking Siri. That would be a game changer.
Just don't ask Siri to cook for you, okay?
Fair enough. So, before we dive deeper, let's take a quick break for a word from our sponsor. By the way, before we continue, just a quick shout out to Augmented AI, the producer of the Turing Test Podcast. Augmented AI hosts a variety of cutting-edge training and consultations in generative AI, large language models, and AI vision. You can get the free AI in Business Handbook when it gets released at www.augmentedstartups.com.
Seriously, folks, you don't want to miss out on that.
Right? Now, back to the topic at hand. So, what do you think the delay means for Apple in the long run?
Honestly, I think it could be a double-edged sword. On one hand, it gives them more time to refine their features, but on the other hand, it could lead to frustration among users.
Yeah, and if they take too long, they risk losing market share to competitors who are moving faster.
Exactly. It's a tricky balance. They need to find a way to innovate without sacrificing quality.
And that's the challenge, isn't it? The tech world moves at lightning speed, and Apple needs to keep up.
Right. And let's not forget about the potential backlash from users. If they keep delaying, people might start looking for alternatives.
That's the reality of the market. If you don't deliver, someone else will.
And it's not just about the tech. It's about the experience. People want seamless integration, and if Apple can't provide that, they'll lose out.
Exactly. So what's your take on how they can regain momentum?
I think they need to focus on user experience and really listen to what people want. If they can nail that, they'll be back on track in no time.
And maybe you should give them a call and offer your expertise.
Oh, please. They'd probably hang up on me.
Fair enough. But seriously, they need to get their act together.
Absolutely. And let's hope they do, because I'm really looking forward to seeing what they can do with this AI integration.
Same here. It could be a fantastic addition to their ecosystem if they can pull it off.
Just don't hold your breath, Jamie.
I won't, but I'm cautiously optimistic.
Me too. And let's hope they surprise us in a good way.
Well, that's a wrap for today's episode.
And lastly, don't forget to check out Augmented AI. I'm quite excited for their AI and Business Handbook that they'll be releasing soon at augmentedstartups.com. See you next time.